Obviously, Murphy doesn't return to his quarters the night before, or he would have discovered Spike dead and told someone. So next morning he is cleaning a vent shaft and discovers a large piece of translucent material, very similar to what Brett found on the Nostromo just before his demise. Only this piece is significantly larger. Murphy studies it curiously before discarding it and continuing his work. Then he notices something in a vent on the floor. Murphy sticks his head in the broken vent and sees something moving in the dark. He calls out thinking it is Spike when the alien whips around and fluid splashes in Murphy's face. He screams, blinded and in pain, before stumbling and slipping into a huge fan, which cuts him to ribbons. A couple of interesting points here. Firstly, alien growth. Murphy mistook the alien for Spike, which tells us it wasn't yet fully grown. Even in the shadows, it isn't difficult to tell the difference between something the size of a dog and a 7 to 8 foot tall alien. Assuming we're working on Earth time and not Fiorina time, i.e. 24-hour days, the alien was born over 10 hours previous and isn't yet fully grown. By comparison, the one on the Nostromo seemed fully grown during the time it took to bury Kane and rig up some cattle prods. A guess for this time would be around 6 hours at the absolute maximum. Ripley told the Inquiry in the second film that it wiped out the crew in less than 24 hours. At the growth rate observed on Fiorina, it wouldn't have killed Brett till over 10 hours after Kane's death. This doesn't seem to fit the way the first film was presented, but as there are no clocks to be seen on the Nostromo, anything's possible. Second interesting point. Did the alien spit on Murphy? We've established previously that alien drool is not acidic, so if it did, maybe aliens have glands similar to that of some snakes who are able to spit venom, but don't use it as saliva. If it is indeed spit, then it makes the alien a much more formidable creature. Previously, we've seen it relying on stealth or weight of numbers. Now it seems to be able to attack from a range beyond that of its arms or tail. One has to question why the Queen didn't use this on Ripley when her inner jaw couldn't quite reach the woman during the power loader battle. Perhaps the Queen doesn't have this sort of attack in her arsenal, because, let's face it, a Queen would normally be laying eggs and not engaging enemies of the hive. On the other hand, maybe it isn't spit at all. The alien has just shed some of its skin. Maybe when it shed the skin, it also bled, leaving the hole that it crawled into. There is some alien-like material in the same shot, which seems to be more shed skin, but could also be alien hive resin, as seen on LV-426. Was the alien still bleeding a little around the head from the recent shedding, and the force of turning its head towards Murphy flung the blood at him? This would seem pretty unlikely, as Brett found no acid corrosion when he found the skin on the Nostromo, so acid spit is the most likely scenario. Clemens finds evidence of acid corrosion at the edge of the hole when later investigating Murphy's death.